Welcome back to the STRIVECast.
Season 3, episode 14.
Season 3, episode 14! Woohoo!
Yay!
Welcome back, everybody, to the STRIVECast. Let's introduce ourselves.
They might be able to hear that. I'm gonna
Who would like to go first?
Yeah, you too. If you need to, okay? All right.
My name is NPT Homie G Edward.
NPT Homie G. Welcome back, Noel.
Who's
Jeff,
this
go
guy
ahead.
you got with glasses?
Yeah, who's this guy with glasses?
Actually, me.
Actually, name. Want to tell everyone your name?
And my name.
Yes.
Hey, Jeff. Looking sharp in your specs.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome. Sound and video engineer, want to introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Ryan, the sound and video engineer.
Howdy, Ryan. Thanks for being here. Producer Susie, want to introduce yourself?
Of course. One only Susie Q in the house.
One and only.
Actually, in my room, my bedroom.
Which is still in the house.
Right, in the house.
And I'm a photo producer.
Color producer.
And I love being photo producer, followed by my other co-captain, Whitney.
Co-captain.
Co-producer.
Hey, Whit.
Hello, our first time together in 2021.
Welcome back.
Yes, I love together at last.
That's right.
Together at last.
Traffic control cop number 1, want to introduce yourself?
I am Pete.
Does
Hello.
that name work for you?
Welcome back. Thanks for
Awesome.
listening.
Yeah. I'm Olivia, so welcome back, everybody.
You live.
I know, here I am. I'm Olivia. Welcome back, everybody. We are very excited today. We're interviewing a dear friend of Strive, Jessica Walton, who has been a volunteer with Strive and has been around our agency and done a lot for us over the years. Jessica Walton works at the University of New England as a professor of occupational therapy. Her husband, Eric, was on our original steering committee. Her father-in-law has been involved with Strive with some former partnerships we had. And so she's been a friend of Strive for a long, long time, and also went to high school with Noel, right, Noel?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that'll be really cool.
It was Eric and Jess went to school with me.
Oh, they both went to high school with you. Cool. That's awesome. So we're really excited to chat with Jessica in just a
Do
little
I
bit.
have the questions for that?
You sure do. Yep. So in just a minute, we'll chat with Jessica. Is there anything else we want to chat about in the intro? So Jeff, we'll be
right back.
Please welcome Jess Walton. Yeah. Thanks for joining us, Jess.
Thanks for having me today.
All right, of course. And Noel has your first question, so go ahead, Noel.
Welcome back to the STRIVECast, Jessica.
Thank
Can
you.
You tell us about
Occupational
therapy.
Yes, I will gladly tell you about occupational therapy. I've been an occupational therapist for a little over 15 years now, and it's a really great profession. The really cool thing about occupational therapy is that we get to work with people of all ages, so babies all the way up to older adults. And there's so many cool things that occupational therapy can do. The biggest piece of occupational therapy is that word occupation. And I don't know, does anyone, when you think of occupation, what do you think of? Anyone have any?
Like if you have a neck problem or a back problem or something.
Yeah, definitely. So a lot of people, when they think of occupation, they think of jobs. So when I used to work in the clinical world, I'd go in and introduce myself and say I was an occupational therapist, and people would say, well, I don't need you because I don't work anymore. But we really focus on the job of living. and what you want to be able to do in your life and what is meaningful to you as an individual. And those things may change over time. So as OTs, we work with people. If we're working with children, we work a lot with getting them to be able to engage with other people, be able to engage in playing, going to school, being with friends. And sometimes things in our lives might impact our ability to do those things. And OTs come up with creative solutions on how people can participate in whatever they want to be able to do. For adults and older adults, we focus a lot on people who may have been injured or who might be sick. And we help them build up their strength so that they can get stronger and get back to their activities. We might help them with their memory, with helping them to learn new things or to relearn things that they once were able to do. Another really cool thing about occupational therapy is that we are really creative. So we come up with solutions, and maybe someone can't do something the way that they used to be able to do it, but we find ways, new ways for them to be able to do that with equipment or making changes to somebody's house, whether that's a bar on the wall to help them pull themselves up, or using a special device to help them walk, or recommending a splint for their hand so that, they can strengthen their hand and still be able to move it. There's so many different things that we can do. We also work with people who are maybe struggling with being motivated to do things. So we come up with strategies to help them get back to activities that they once enjoyed that they're no longer doing. So lots and lots of different things we could do. I could talk to you all day long, but that's kind of a basic overview of what we do. But we are really holistic, and we focus on what people want to do and what they need to do to participate in those activities.
Well, sounds like it can keep you pretty busy.
It can keep you pretty busy. And like I said, as an occupational therapist, there's so many different things that you can do. So if you get tired of one thing, you can go and try something new, which is really neat. Or you can work in all different areas as well. So
cool. Awesome. Well, Jeff, you've got the next question. Go ahead. Let's throw it.
What is your role at the University of New England?
Yes, so I am an academic fieldwork coordinator as well as an assistant clinical professor. It sounds kind of fancy, but it's basically what I do is I teach some of the students, our OT students at UNE, and I also help coordinate and then facilitate all of the placements for students. So our students are required to do what we call fieldwork, and they have 2 3-month fieldwork placements that they do. So it's a total of 6 months. And our students typically go to 2 different settings to do those fieldwork placements. So I collaborate with organizations all over the country. A lot of them are in New England, but we do have students that go to California and Oregon and Washington State and Nevada and all over the place. And what we do is we work with those sites on sending our students to them so that they can do basically internships in occupational therapy and learn how to be occupational therapists in an actual setting. So all of our students have to do 4 semesters of coursework before they then go out and do those 2 clinical experiences. So that's part of my job. And then when those students are out on those experiences, my job is to support them, to reach out, see what they need, and make sure everything's going smoothly. and help make sure that they have a really valuable experience. So that's one part of my job. And the other part of my job is that I do some teaching. So I teach what's called a fieldwork seminar. So I teach all of the students in preparing them to head out for those fieldwork experiences. So we learn about how to act and what to do to prepare yourself. So those are some of the things we focus on that class. And then the other class that I teach is a healthcare management class. So part of working in healthcare is learning and understanding how you get paid as a therapist, how you have to document and write your notes. It's not the most exciting content, but it's really important because when you're out there in the field, you need to understand how everything works behind the scenes to know exactly what you're doing and how you have to do it. And some therapists also choose to open up their own businesses. And we focus on some of that as well, how to market a business and what the process is for running your own therapy clinic. So that's the other class that I teach.
Yeah, really fun, right, guys? Sounds pretty cool. All
Yes,
right.
it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Noel,
It's
back to
very
you, buddy.
interesting.
Yeah. Great, Susie.
What is an ordinary day like in your war?
So I will have to say that since I started at UNE, I don't think any day has really been ordinary, especially since March. So I've been in my role for a little over a year now and was at UNE for under 6 months before we transitioned due to the pandemic. So I've had to learn a whole lot remotely and do it pretty quickly. But on average, right now, I work from home typically. When we're back to normal, I usually am on campus at UNE, and that involves teaching my classes and working with students on making sure they have all of the information that they need to transition to their fieldwork and then for graduation. A lot of emails, a lot of phone calls. When we're back to normal as well, I will do quite a bit of travel also, and I will travel to sites and visit sites that students are at so I can see how they're doing, maybe meet new sites that we might be able to send students to, attending conferences and trainings. But for now, it's a lot of emails, phone calls, and then doing my online teaching. So that's a typical day for me.
Nice. Awesome. Jeff, back to you, my friend. If you're ready.
Uncle Jeff.
Uncle Jeff. Got the next question ready?
I wish I could, but it's a baby,
the baby,
background.
the baby's crying.
And I'm not myself right now.
It's okay. No worries. We can hear you
Out.
loud and clear. Yeah, you're all set.
What is your favorite part of your job?
Favorite part.
Yeah, my favorite part. I love working with the students. And even before I became a professor, one of my favorite things to do was to support students when they were on their fieldwork experiences. I think that in working with people who are learning about occupational therapy, it really allows you to get excited about what you do, why you do it, and why it's so important. And being able to share that knowledge with future students who are excited and really motivated to get out there and practice and learn is really fun. I also love collaborating with sites who are supporting our students and learning about what they're doing. The other part, when I was in the what I call the clinical world, when I was working with actual patients or clients, I really loved seeing them make progress and change and grow and meet the goals that they had set for themselves. That was one of the most wonderful things about what I did is working with families and working with those clients and watching them accomplish their goals and overcome a lot of the challenges that they were facing. So, and it's similar with the students, with my students, just in a little bit different way. So.
Awesome. That's so cool. Noel, back over to you.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yes.
What is your favorite part of your job?
Oh, sorry. I sent the wrong one to you, Noel. What's the most challenging part?
More challenging.
The most challenging part. Well, as all of you are very well aware, this year's been pretty challenging for all of us. And I will say this year, one of the most challenging things for me is that because of COVID, a lot of the sites that support our students and give them those clinical experiences have not been able to do so. So when normally it's not very hard to find sites, it's been very, very challenging. And a lot of my time is spent trying to find sites that can support students and to come up with some alternative ways for our students to participate in OT in actual settings. You know, all of our students also have to do what we call level 1 field work, and it's usually a 1-week experience in a certain area of practice. So they get to participate in working with children, participate in working with people who have some mental health difficulties, and then working with people who might have an illness or an injury. And we call that rehab, disability, and participation. So this past year, one of the most challenging things was to figure out how we were going to provide students with those experiences. Some of our students actually got to participate with Strive, which was really cool. They did some online experiences. This past fall, we did a whole simulated experience. We have this lab where people can come in, and we had actors playing roles, and the students got to participate with them, and it ended up working out really, really well. So that was pretty cool. But it's challenging to try to figure out solutions to how to overcome some of those barriers with finding placements for our students. The other challenging part for me is that I'm still going to say I'm brand new at teaching. So it takes me longer to prepare my lectures for my students and to grade and make sure I'm providing them with assignments that meet their needs. So that's been a bit of a challenge for me. But in general, you know, as I said earlier, OTs learn how to adapt and change, and I've been able to use those OT skills to overcome a lot of those challenges. So
nice. Well, perfect
yeah.
fit then. And we loved having the UNE OTs in our early on, our first couple months of Zoom.
Yeah, it was great. It was
So
great. They had a lot of fun too. So we were thrilled we got to do that with all of you.
That was awesome. All right, Jeff, who's been busy fixing his hair, you are up next, Jeff, with the final question, I believe.
What is something you wish everyone know about occupational therapy?
So I know I've shared a whole lot about OT already. You know, one of the things when I worked in the hospital and when I worked in a home health setting where I went to people's houses is a lot of people don't know what OT is. They've heard of it, but they don't know what it is. And so a lot of people think that we're physical therapists, or in the hospital you're a nurse. Right. Or you know you work in some other role. But the one thing is that I think it's really important that everyone knows that we look at the entire person. We look at everything that affects someone's ability to do what they want to do. So whether that's their strength or their ability to see, their ability to feel or touch, their ability to, you know, process information, we take all of that into consideration, and we figure out what is, you know, making it difficult for someone to do that, and how we can change or teach or modify someone's environment, or how they move, or how they interact with others, so that they can do those things. So, you know, we're holistic, and we really incorporate principles from a lot of different people who work in healthcare, whether that's nursing or physical therapy or speech therapy or even social work. You know, we take a lot of those skills and combine it into what we do as OTs. So
Yeah. Very multifaceted for sure.
yeah.
So cool. Well, Jess, I think those were all of our written questions for you. So Jeff and Noel, what's the time for now? Time for the lightning
The lightning round.
So Mr. Jeff usually starts off the lightning round. So Jeff, want to kick us off?
Sure.
All right, go for it.
A little more lightning.
Our theme song used to be a lot more enthusiastic too.
Right. What was it, Jeff? Sorry, go ahead.
What is your favorite playground?
My favorite playground. Oh my goodness. All right. So, all right. We love to go to Disney World every year, and I love the playground at the Fort Wilderness Campground. It's my kid's favorite playground.
Nice choice.
It's a little far away though.
But a great answer to a great question. But you've never been asked that before. Noel, over to you.
Okay.
Got
So-
any with high school questions?
If you're a creature live in a city, what kind of creature you like to be?
Ooh.
Oh, that's a good one. I think I'd be a dolphin because dolphins seem like they have so much fun. They get to swim in the warm tropical waters. I don't know. People love them. I think that's what I'd be.
Yeah, good choice. Like that one. Jeff, got another one locked and loaded?
Do you like the Boston Celtics?
If I had to pick an NBA basketball team, I would root for the Boston Celtics. I will say that we don't watch a lot of sports in our house, even though I used to be quite the athlete. I used to play basketball. I wasn't very good. The only skill I had was being tall, but I fell over a lot and fouled out of lots of games. So, but yes, I do like the Boston Celtics. And I got to go to a game with my dad when I was really young and see Robert Parrish and Larry Bird, which was really cool. That's one of my favorite memories.
That's so cool.
Hey, Jessica,
Yes.
if I went to a Celtic game once and I met Larry Bird for a long time,
Really?
and he and I always play basketball when I grow up.
Really?
Yes, I have.
Wow, that's pretty lucky.
That is
Wow.
And not only that, Larry Bird asked me to play a game with him.
Really? Oh my goodness gracious.
Yes.
Who won the
I've
game?
never heard this
I've
story.
never heard
before.
that before.
But Larry asked me first.
Mary asked you first.
He
First name basis.
said,
Yeah.
I'm the best at the basketball game.
Wow.
Sounds like it.
Wow.
Scrimmage with him once.
Scrimmage.
Yep.
Pretty cool.
Suze.
Yes, it is.
All right, Noel, want to ask another question?
Yeah. What is your favorite restaurant?
Ooh, there you
Oh, my favorite
Ooh.
restaurant. Oh, that's a tough one, Noel. We don't go out to dinner all that often, but when we do go out to dinner, we usually like to go to a nice restaurant without my kids. I love my kids, but sometimes it's nice to get out and be by myself. So I will say that the last time, and it was a long time ago, I went out to my favorite restaurant was at Scales in Portland. And the reason I love it is because I love seafood and it's right on the water. And when I was there, it was last February for my husband's birthday. And it was snowing out on the fishing boats and it was just so beautiful. And the food is always wonderful there. So that's one of my favorite restaurants. But it's been a really long time. Now it's primarily takeout if we go.
Awesome. Well, Ryan, do you want to, you want to ask the final question?
Tell us your best joke.
Oh, goodness gracious. I am terrible at jokes, Ryan. I have to Google them for my kids. Oh my goodness.
If you can't think of one, Jeff and Noel are pretty chock full of jokes.
Or me too.
They are? Oh my. I might need All right, can I pass the buck to Jeff and Noel and have them ask a joke, because I'm terrible at it, Ryan.
Absolutely. Noel, Jeff, either one of you got a joke you want to share?
Oh, yes.
All right, hit it.
Okay. Once upon a knock.
What's the fun of
Who's
knock,
there?
knock?
Lou.
Little?
Lou.
Lou.
Lou. All right, Lou.
Lou, and I forgot to answer my door because Lou was on the opposite side.
What?
Once upon a time.
What?
Full of jokes, obviously. Oh my goodness. Well, Jess, thank you so much for joining us on the STRIVEcast. It was so great to see you, and we're just so appreciative you joined us today. Thank you. Want to
Thanks
say
so
something,
much for
guys?
having me, everyone.
Of course.
Happy New Year to you too,
Happy
Jess.
New Year.
Say hi to Eric for me.
Later.
All right.
Jeff,
Thank you.
will be.
We'll be right back.
STRIVEcast is brought to you by.
It serves like you.
Listeners like who, Ryan?
My dad's Scott Taylor.
Scott Taylor. Yay! Thanks for listening, Scott. We appreciate it and all you do for Strive. Thanks, Scott. Susie blew you a kiss. Awesome. Jeff will be.
We'll be right back.
We're back and it's time for
Susie's Cues.
Susie's Cues. Susie, do you have a theme song for us today?
Of course. Coming right to you right now.
All right.
In 4, 3, 2, 1. Susie's Cues. Susie's Cues. Everyone likes Susie's Cues. Yeah. And everyone likes me as I say him. Bam, what?
Whoa, bam, what? Susie's Cues. Susie, what are the cues about today?
Well, today, guys.
And guys,
And my favorite 4 boys in the whole world.
right?
Martin Luther King Jr.
Ooh,
Martin Luther King Jr.
fun. All right. So,
Nice.
Pete, today you'll do the answers and then maybe next week we can switch it up so you can play.
Yes, either way, I'm good.
Well, but if he can play, and what will help me do my cues?
We can do that next week.
Yeah, we can do it next
And
week.
if you mean by play, you mean win, correct?
Yeah.
Then, yeah, I'll be for that too.
We promised the viewers and listeners that in 2021 we'd be keeping a strict leaderboard. So you
Got it.
be
I will
in
keep
charge of that.
track. Okay.
Is
All right.
Peter going to read the questions?
No.
So Susie will read them and then we will answer. It's every
Is
player
it
for
true?
themselves.
Is it true or false?
Do we want to do just guys against girls?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Okay.
Is it true or false? Or
We'll find out. It's
It
good.
is true or false.
Yeah.
And
All right, Susie, you
I'm
ready?
here on the other side of Jeff's Ask Jeff, which I can't show you yet.
Oh,
A little scoreboard. So it's
awesome.
getting very official.
Cool. All right, Susie, ready for question 1?
yep.
All right, let's do it.
Martin Luther King started college when he was 15 years old.
Is that
true
true
or false?
or false that Martin Luther King started college when he was 15 years old?
I believe so.
15.
Yeah.
Exactly correct. 15 years old. Is that correct? True or false?
Ladies or gents going first, Pete?
Oh, let's start with the ladies. Let's start with Susie since it's her cues.
Yes. Susie, you think it's true or false?
I think it's true, and thank you for asking that, Pete.
You're welcome. Very
Whitney,
polite.
agree?
I don't know. I think I might go with false.
Uh-oh.
Straight
Split.
up.
Oh no.
Olivia?
I'm going to go with true.
Okay, so we got 2 trues and a false on the ladies' side. Let's start with Jeff.
Yes, Pete.
Is that true or false? Martin Luther King started college when he was only 15 years old.
I say true, locked in.
True and locked in by Jeff. All right.
False.
Noel's going with false. The men are split as well. Ryan.
True.
Okay. So we've got Noel and Whitney have false. Everybody else is true. Noel and Whitney,
Yep.
I'm sorry to say you are incorrect. So
Should have stuck with the girls.
that is true.
Yeah.
He
Right.
was very gifted and skipped grades 9 and 12. And so
Oh, that's
entered
why.
Morehouse College.
Wow. Pretty cool.
So that is a point for Ryan, a point for Jeff, a point for Susie, and a point for Olivia.
Yes.
Very official.
All right. Thank you, Pete.
You're welcome.
Ready for question 2, Susie?
You know, girl.
Go ahead.
King is the only person to have a national holiday named after them. Is that true or false? I think it's true.
Okay, well, I guess we're going to have the ladies go first again. Susie's in it, true. And I'll read it one more time. It says, Martin Luther King Jr. is the only person to have a national holiday named after them.
I believe that is false.
Okay,
False. I meant.
okay, so the ladies are at false. Whit,
I'll stick with the ladies this time. It didn't work
Okay.
last time.
Well, I don't know. They've changed
Locked
one
in?
time, but yeah,
Look,
locked
locked
it in.
in?
Yeah. False.
okay. Ladies are all at false. Noel is at false.
Pete, I would say true, locked in.
True, all right. And Ryan.
False.
Okay, so everybody's false except for Jeff.
Yeah.
Yep.
That is a big point for Jeff because that is true.
What about Columbus Day?
Yeah, but now it's called
Only
Indigenous Day.
American.
But I don't know if we're talking about all of the history of holidays.
He is the only American.
Oh,
Besides
yeah, Martin
Oh.
Luther King Day.
birthday is a national holiday.
Yeah.
There are also approximately 900 streets.
Oh yeah, we're
named
national
after him.
holiday.
He was a champion of non-violent protests. That is a point for my friend Jeff, who takes
Nicely
an
done,
early
Jeff.
lead in 2021.
All right.
We-
Let everyone
The
astray.
score after 2 rounds: Jeff has 2, Ryan has 1, Noel has nothing on the guy's side, Susie has 1, Olivia has 1, and Whit has nothing on the ladies' side.
Sorry,
We
Whit.
move to today's final question, number 3.
Okay, we need to get this, girls.
And we're gonna let the guys go first this time, okay?
I mean, the guys.
So go ahead.
When King gave his famous speech, much of it was not planned. It just came to him as he was speaking.
All right. So is that true or false? When King gave his famous speech, much of it was not planned. It just came to him as he was speaking. Is that going to be true or false? We're going to start with the guys. This time we'll start with Ryan.
I would have to say false in this case.
Okay. Ryan goes false. Noel?
Because he said, I had a dream.
Right.
It's
Mhm.
false.
So that's false.
So
Okay.
it came already.
Jeff.
Pete, I would say true, locked in.
Jeff True locked it in. I love the way you
Love
play the
it.
game, Jeff.
Yeah.
All right. And then let's go to the ladies' side. We've got Susie.
Well, I think it's true all the way.
True all the way. All right. I like the definitive answers. Whitney.
I'll go with true.
Okay. Olivia.
True.
All right. So we've got Ryan and Noel at false, and everybody else is true.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Gentlemen, sorry to say you're incorrect. This is also true. Especially the famous parts that everyone can quote. Let us not wallow in the valley of despair. I say to you today, my friends, I have a dream that one day this nation will rise up and live out the true meaning of its creed. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal. I have a dream that my 4 little children will one day live in a nation where they will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. It's pretty good right off the cuff, huh?
Yeah.
So the speech itself is what he had thought on as he was saying it, though.
Yeah, right off
Not
the
about
cuff.
the dream, but he's saying it in the speech itself.
Right,
It's on-
right.
you know.
So,
The way you want to be treated. That
a
was it.
point for Jeff, a point for Susie, a point for Whitney, and a point for Olivia, which brings our total at the end of our first Susie's Q's of 2021. Jeff is the winner of today's
Ooh.
round with 3.
Yeah.
Jeff has 3. In second place, it's a tie. Susie and Olivia tied for second.
Yeah, girl.
And in third place, there is a tie with Whitney and Ryan with 1. And not yet on the board in 2021 is Mr. Fault himself, Noel.
That's
We
We'll
I
give
was
him-
meaning to do that.
we'll give- okay.
can give next time, girls.
I think I want to stay the scorekeeper instead of.
You like being the scorekeeper?
I think I would like to be the scorekeeper.
Okay.
So give us an outro.
Yes, Susie, please go ahead with your outro.
My outro is Spring Rabbit. Susie Kids. I really like Susie's Kids, and we like really are. And Whitney too.
Oh,
Yeah, what?
All right, bam, what? Here we go.
that was a high note there.
And-
I know, girl. Hold them together.
all right.
I heard.
Jeff, our winner of today's episode. What do you say? Will be?
We'll be right back.
All right, we're back and it's time for
My segment.
your segment. What's it called?
That's Jeff.
Ask Jeff. Pete, who asked Jeff this week?
Today we have an email from Mark in Waterville.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Mark writes in, he sends an email to STRIVECast at pslstrive.org. And if you'd like to have your question answered by Ask Jeff, think Dear Abby, but better, you can send it to STRIVECast at pslstrive.org as well. Or if you'd like to record a little video, you can send us that too, and maybe we'll show it right here on the STRIVECast. So today's question, Mr. Jeff, from Mark in Waterville says, what is your favorite type of pizza? And after we get that, there's a part 2. But let's start with that. What's your favorite type of pizza?
My favorite topping on my pizza, I think it's gonna be actually pepperoni.
Pepperoni? Straight roni? No.
Actually, my favorite pizza is the all-American pizza.
What's that?
That's from Romeo's, isn't it?
Yeah.
What's on it?
Actually, everything.
Everything.
Loaded.
Everything.
All the meats, right?
Yep. The all-American pizza.
All-American pizza for the all-American boy. Here we go. All right. And then question 2 that Mark asks is, and if you were going to be able to share a pizza with anyone in the world, who would you like to share a pizza with?
I think I would like to share it with Whitney.
Oh,
Thank you, Jeff.
Anyone in the world?
Yeah.
What?
Not even Nick Carter.
Yeah, Nick and Whitney as well.
We'll have
What?
a 3-person pizza.
What?
Pizza party. Nick Carter, Whitney, and Jeff.
What?
I guess you made her day today.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
That's
let's
nice.
What?
ask the rest of our crew here.
Yeah, Nick, Whitney, and Olivia.
Thanks, Jeff.
The party.
Pizza party.
I like all-American pizza.
What?
All right. How about Noel? How about you? What's your favorite type of pizza?
Noel.
Oh, mine is veggie pizza.
Okay.
And one more. I I would like to try a cheeseburger pizza sometime.
Ooh, that sounds delicious. And who would you share
By
those?
the way, I have a bit of surprise.
I want to share it with sometimes Eric
Your friend Eric.
and the Master and Mr. Paul Edward Sandberg himself and Olivia
Nice.
and
Oh,
Pete
no.
Brown.
Have a
And Pete Brown.
guest joining us here.
My pizza
Oh, yes.
is, I will share it with my mom and my dad,
Nice.
but I'm gonna share it with Miss Wit because she loves her pizza, and I do too.
I do like pizza.
Yeah.
One more time. What flavor would you like?
Pepperoni and mushrooms.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah.
But you?
Pizza.
I'd have to pick the mushrooms off. I don't like mushrooms.
Uh-oh.
Oh yeah, that's okay because I like. Sometimes I put them off also.
Yeah.
Me and you are same.
All right. So we got to get going on to the Noel Tree segment here. So
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
thanks again to Mark in Waterville.
All right. Well,
Having
Jeff,
a special guest join us right
well,
now.
why don't we cut real quick? And Jeff will be.
We'll be right back.
All right, we're back, and it's time.
Tree,
Nolatry.
tree, go away, come again another day. Tree.
Hey, Noel, before we get into your segment, can you show everyone who's watching at home your shirt?
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Check this out.
STRIVECast.
Okay.
In a while. There we go. Look at that.
And you can get your very own STRIVECast shirt at shop.spreadshirt.com/PSL Strive and get all your STRIVECast swag that you want. Multiple colors, so many items, you can't go wrong.
Now we're going to get into Noel Tree. Noel, are you ready? What do you got for us today, my friend?
It's about a bicycle.
All right, let's hear it.
I want to ride a bicycle. I want to ride a bike. I want to ride a bicycle. Coming down to the road at time. Is it black? Is it white? No, Superman. I want to ride a bicycle. Bicycle. I like to ride a bicycle with galaxy in the space of the turtles and the men. Going down to a tree house. Spent time with Bunny Foo Foo.
Yay!
Does the end?
Was that it? Sorry. Yeah.
All right, Noel. Thank you very much.
You know what the song? You know what the song title was? By Queen.
By Queen. You do love Queen. My favorite was the galaxy of the turtle and the man.
I liked when you were talking about bike going down to the. I thought you were going to say turnpike. Was my.
Oh, that could have been a good right.
and,
Oof.
And Bunny Foo Foo.
And Benny
well,
Foo
that's
Foo.
why I don't have my own poetry segment.
Right.
So.
Noel, want to talk about what does this poem mean to you?
The poem mean to me is how wonderful how when you're riding your bicycle and having a picnic together in the summertime.
That's nice.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right. Well, anything else you want to share in your poetry segment, Noel? Nolatry?
Not really.
All right, then Jeff will be.
We'll be right back with energy.
Yes.
Podcast is brought to you by.
Your ad here.
Your ad here. Noel, stand up and show everybody that STRIVECast shirt. Yeah! You can get this long sleeve t-shirt in So many different colors: black, white, red, orange, purple, green, yellow, anything you want. You can get STRIVECast mugs, pillows, hats, fanny packs, cell phone cases, whatever you want. We've got it at shop.spreadshirt.com/PSL Strive to get all your STRIVECast swag. So today,
What about Strive pajama pants?
there's pajama pants on there too. You can get STRIVECast pajama pants. You can get STRIVECast whatever you want at that website. So check it out. STRIVECast is brought to you by our swag shop. So check it out.
And if you'd like to advertise your business here, if you're looking to get the word out about your brand in 2021, we want to work with you. Come up with an affordable plan to promote your business. Noel will stand up wearing your shirt a couple times an episode if that would be helpful. But give us a call or send us an email at strivecast@pslstrive.org. Subject advertising.
And Jeff will be.
We'll be right back.
We're back, and it's time to wrap it up.
The songs are wrap it up.
Wrap it up.
Rock it up.
Wrap it up.
Wrap it up, whatever you want. Let's do it up. Thank you so much. Thanks so much. Oh my God. All right.
21.
That's right. Thanks so much to Jess Walton for coming on the STRIVEcast and joining us and telling us all about occupational therapy and all the awesome work she does over at UNE. Thanks so much to Ryan, our sound and video engineer, for putting the show together and making us sound and look good week in and week out. Thanks so much to Susie and Whitney, our hardworking producing duo.
That's right. You do, girl, because you are the best.
That's right. Quick plug. Still time to apply to Strive U. Applications are due February 1st. So if you have any questions about how to apply, the application process, or our Strive U program in general, 2-year post-secondary ed residential program for people with disabilities, you can contact me or visit pslstrive.org. And Pete, want to plug Strive Rocks coming up?
Sure. We're excited that Strive Rocks 2021 is coming. It's going to be May 7th into the 8th. And it's going to be virtual again this year because of the pandemic.
That's okay.
But it's one of our biggest events of the year. And we learned a lot doing it online in last July. And we expect it to be even bigger and better in 21. So if you have or bands, send them our way. But we're looking forward to getting started planning that, and hope to see you rock all night with us on May 7th at Strive Rocks All Night Virtual Edition 2.0.
That's it.
I want you guys to stay up for that one too.
Of course you are. We all are. It's going to be lit. All right. So thanks everybody for listening and watching. We'll see you next week.
And see you Thursday night.